Today's video, we have a treat for you. For all of the people who've been watching us and crying out for tiny house living information, I've got a perfect tiny house kitchen for you. 8 feet long, and it has all the amenities, and it's going to save you a ton of money, and you get all the amenities at home. Let's get into this. So, what we have here is a basement bar, but it's an 8-foot wall, and it could second as a beautiful model for anybody who wants to build a tiny house. If you're going to live out of a large van, or you're going to do a container house, or just put a really small spot in the middle of the country somewhere, one thing that all tiny houses have in common is they function almost entirely on electric hydro from solar panels. So what you need is a way to cook without using way too much hydro. And if you can build a tiny house kitchen like this, it's going to eliminate the need for any gas supply and any open flame, and you can still cook in your kitchen. We're going to show you all of the latest advancements on how you can do this. First of all, let me just run down the whole idea of this kitchen here, and then we'll start installing all the fixtures, and you can follow along with us. What we have here is an 8-foot counter. We have a sink area. We have an 18-inch dishwasher, which is awesome because tiny house living usually is only for a couple people. Makes sense. We have a 24-inch cabinet with a undermount sink. And then this cabinet here is actually, half of this is dedicated for a microwave drawer, which is brilliant because one of the largest challenges with tiny house living is counter space. So this way you get an 8-foot counter and your microwave is part of the cabinetry. Pulls out, you can set things in, has a soft close feature. We're going to show you that. And at the very end is going to be the most amazing thing. We're going to have a dedicated video for the installation and operation of this, but this is the new InvisiCook undermount, induction cooking stove. So what this is, it's a stove that actually gets mounted to the underside of the granite countertop, and the technology transfers the heat to the pan. So you just cook right on top of your countertop, and then when you're done, it doesn't leave the counter hot, so it's perfectly safe as well. No open flame, no need for a hood fan, no need for any kind of propane fuel, so you avoid all those costs. You can get this installed here, and it gives you that extra 2 feet of counter space, which is brilliant. So 8 feet of counter, almost 8 full feet of working space. This is brilliant. Let's get into this. We're going to start installing the microwave first and show you how that gets together. And then the granite guy is going to be here in a few minutes to install the countertop. We'll go through the rest of those features and show you how to put this together, because you can live in a tiny house and you can install everything yourself. So believe it or not, it looks like this machine is designed to be exact fit for any IKEA cabinet that's 24 inches wide and a half drawer size. Brilliant. All we've got to do is take our shelf and notch out a little bit in the back to make room for this cable, because my power supply is a little bit lower than the shelf height. No big deal. Just a quick hole. Now we can slide this in place. There we go. I love it when installation is this quick and easy. Now, Matt, what I'm going to get you to do, here, you can hold this. We are going to undo all this packaging that we won't have access to later. And let's just go and install this as is. Okay. All right, let's slide that in now. Feed that all the way down. Nice. So one of the benefits of the microwave drawer, look at this. This is awesome. It comes with a little defrost right here just to hold things off the ground for air circulation. Push a button and it closes. That is awesome. Wow, that's a good looking machine. Popcorn, beverage, yeah. Yeah, fantastic. So there you go. Half of a drawer. All your counter space is still available. Loving it. This is awesome. Next thing to put in our little tiny kitchen here is our tiny dishwasher. It should have all the functionality of every other dishwasher. And I'm hoping that as far as electricity is concerned, it's just plug and play. Let's have a look here. Oh, wow. Again, ZLINE, experts in packaging. Here we are. This is awesome. Beautiful. So when you set up your rough-in for your tiny kitchen, make sure that you understand, even though it's a small appliance, it still connects the same as traditional. So you're going to need a supply line for a 14-2 cable to come to the front underneath the dishwasher to make the connection for power. and the drain supply is going to go through a hole in the cabinet. We have a complete tutorial on how to install the dishwasher. You can click the card up here if you need to see that right away. Other than that, all you need to know is that everything you need for your installation comes with this. So you have the hardware for mounting and installing and the toe kick, all right? But everything related to connecting the water supply and the drain underneath the sink, you're gonna have to buy extra. Again, so if you need that information, we have it in our other video. This, however, is a perfect fit for an 18-inch space. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, let's go install a door. There we are. That's the handle hiding there. Okay. Quick shout out to our friends over at Appliance Educator. That's a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching people how to install appliances. These guys actually made this possible and put us in touch with ZLINE to help make this video possible. So we just wanted to say thank you very much. All right. So let's just talk about some of the pros and cons of tiny kitchen and tiny house living and some of the decisions you've got to make. Because, oh wow, this is beautiful. You know, there's two kinds of tiny living from what I can gather from all the information I've been seeing on the internet. There's the people that are looking for tiny house living because they're economically challenged in regards to, you know, how much money they have to live on, and they're looking for ways to lower the cost of living. And I get that. You know, living out of your van or whatever, I get the attraction. But a kitchen like this is more designed for like the small family that are looking for A, the financial aspect of it, but B, also the responsibility aspect, where they're challenging the status quo for the way that we live our lives. So if you're in the world and you're one of these small families and you're looking for a way to live off the grid or live in a much more lower impact on the environment kind of lifestyles, closer to nature, I'm telling you right now, this kind of kitchen is amazing for you because you get all the benefits, right? You get to have a kitchen that's completely dependent on electricity only, so you can make your own power. You don't have to have the added cost because there's no flame of a hood fan, an exhaust system, the space that it takes up to put that equipment in. You don't have to have a propane supply system either, especially if you're in the south. You don't need to worry about heating your tiny house in the winter. So then you can have your entire system run on just the solar panel array on the roof, which is brilliant because the solar panel technology has come a long way. In the next couple of years, we're going to have solar power that can actually replace all the energy needs for your whole home. All right, now, these door panels, they just stick together really simple. I just love it. Now, all the hardware for attaching the door panel comes in the bag that's in the dishwasher. First time I ever installed this, I freaked out. I didn't know what I was doing. I sent Matt to the store to buy hardware. I was guilty. I broke my own rule. I didn't read the instructions first. My. All right. Here we go. Now we got, mount all this here. Okay. Brilliant. We'll take off this extra packaging before we attach the handle. Okay. All right. Brilliant. All we got to do now is take away all that protective coating. That takes a few minutes, so we'll do that later. Now we just got to get ready because our granite guy is coming to install our countertop. After that, we're going to be able to install the sink and the faucet, and then it's time for us to do the InvisiCook. Now, this is going to be an amazing little feature. If you like this kind of information, give us a thumbs up while we're waiting for our granite guy. And don't forget to ask your questions about tiny house living in the comment section below. I am by no means an expert on all things related to tiny houses, but I can help you solve a lot of your problems with the way you're designing them. So feel free to jump into the conversation. All right, well, the counters are in. Just installed the microwave again. And remember, the reason is I was concerned about this handle being in the way, because what they do when they bring in a granite slab is they stand it like this, and they lift it up, put the weight on the edge, and then they roll it. And I was afraid that this might have just been in the way and got all scratched up. So I take it out real quick and put it back. Next couple things we got in our little tiny kitchen here. We have a great 24-inch sink. Now, a lot of people think sinks need to be really big, but if you have a smaller space, you can still have a huge sink. Check this out. All right, that's 10 inch deep, one large square. That is big enough to handle just about any of your work. Oh yes, comes coated, lovely, fantastic sink from ZLINE. It's part of their new offerings. And of course, it's going to come with the basket strainer and installation hardware for the sink to the marble, or your granite, or your quartz. Here we are. Double check this out. Brilliant. So traditionally, plumbing starts from the basket strainer on. That's your responsibility as a homeowner. So there is something called a tailpiece. It's a little piece of copper or brass, and it has a little flattened head on it. And you would stick that right in here, tighten this on, and then you can connect it to your ABS plumbing. I think after we install the sink, we'll show that in another video. But for now, I just want to show you a really cool feature. When we had the countertop delivered, we asked them not to install it, which basically means to put silicone to hold it in place. So we have the ability to slide this off. Here we go. And I'm going to roll it up because remember I talked about the InvisiCook countertop. It's actually going to be installed right here. So what we did is we had the granite guys machined out the underside to the correct thickness that we need to mount the stove, because there's a certain thickness of granite that can communicate with the pot and the stove together to cause the cooking action. So when my buddy Curtis comes here from InvisiCook, we're going to be able to install this here, lay it down, and then the last piece of this cabinet here will just be a tilt drawer, and that'll access the electronics to function the stove. So until that's installed, we can't put our sink in. Yeah. Now this particular countertop, snug as a bug in a rug. The company that we use comes in and they have special little tabs. It's all computer laser generated, and they cut the countertop exactly the same contour as the wall. So if you're not going to use a backsplash, you can actually finish this off with just a bead of clear silicone. And then finally, we have the ZLINE faucet. Now, being economical is in your purview, then this is a brilliant little faucet. It's only a few $100s. It's a single hole. Has a pull down contraption here. Okay, wonderful. Nothing wrong with this at all. And generally, if you want an easy installation, you can install this before you put the sink in, because that is easy, right? You just shove it in the hole. But here's the thing. With this particular countertop and the cabinet, our sink is actually just a little bit bigger than our sink cabinet, okay? So once we have this countertop rolled forward and we install the InvisiCook, I'm going to then install my sink on my cabinet and lay this down over top of it. I'm just over here checking out the Appliance Educator YouTube channel. These are the guys that made all this possible to get all these appliances in here. They connected us up with ZLINE. They've got a bunch of different install videos on here, and I was just checking because this went in so easily. I'm thinking I'm missing something, but apparently not. Listen, if you're doing all your own home appliances and installations, I'm going to recommend, go check them out. All right. So these are the guys that made all this possible. Appliance Educator. They hooked us up with the ZLINE brand. Listen, they're making videos like mad dogs to help people out to do the installations. So if you are a homeowner that's going to be buying appliances, I'd suggest subscribe to their channel. They may not have a video for you today, but they're going to have it soon because they're making a lot of great content. And I was just checking to make sure that this was right, because to the best of my knowledge, it was that simple. I plugged it in, I screwed the bracket in the frame, and that's it. It also reacts to a push. Brilliant. Loving this product. And of course, no kitchen would be complete without a fridge. Listen, the way we design this area is this. We've got an 8-foot island, gives us 6 feet of storage, and a 2-foot deep half fridge, okay? Now this fridge is from King's Bottle. They're amazing. They make quality product, right? That's just awesome. Oh. And it also has seating for 4, which means this entire kitchen dining room is 100 square feet. Now, you can put this kind of a configuration inside of a shipping container or a very, very small building and live quite comfortably and have all your needs supplied. Now let's get to some before and after shots. Thanks for watching our video today. If you learned something that was helpful, then give us a thumbs up. So consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notifications so that you are notified every time we have a new video, which should be about twice a week. Okay, so if you want to see what we're currently working on, then check out our link for Instagram. It's in the description down below. And other than that, maybe if you're renovating your house and you're looking for a little more help, we do have a members program. We're here to help you out. Check the link right here and look at our member program. It might be right for you. Otherwise, consider clicking this link and you can watch some of our favorite renovation videos that help you out in the future.